여러분 안녕하십니까? 룩킹포맘 최인성입니다. 70년대부터 90년대까지 긴 시기에 한국에서 미국으로 입양된 입양인들, 한인 입양인들의 부모를 찾도록 돕고 있습니다. 아시다시피 한반도에서는 한국전쟁 이후에 20만 명이 해외로 어린아이들이 입양이 됐다고 하네요. 저희 룩킹포맘은 한인 입양인들의 엄마 찾기, 엄마와 가족을 찾는 작업은 보호받아야 할, 저희들이 보호해줘야 될 권리라고 강하게 믿고요. 오늘 또 마이크와 카메라를 켰습니다. 자, 만약 누군가의 해외 입양이 누군가의 돈벌이가 된다면, 아이를 인계하면서 누군가 돈을 주고받았다면, 그리고 그 과정에 대한민국 경찰이 개입됐다면, 그래서 한 사람의 인생이 완전히 바뀌었다면 이걸 어떻게 회복을 해야 할까요? 그리고 도무지 해결이 될 수 있는 걸까요? 자, 오늘은 덴마크에 거주하고 있는 레미 젠슨 링홈 조성국 씨와 이야기 나눕니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
반갑습니다. I know who you are. I read a story about you and your essays and everything, but please tell our viewers about you, who you are, please.
Yes, as you said, my name is Lemmy. I'm 49 years old, approximately. I was adopted to Denmark in 1974 when I was approximately 2 years old. I've been living in Denmark most of my life. I have two sons, two beautiful sons, Carl and Anton. I have a wife, a new wife, my second wife, and she also has two kids. I work in the telecoms industry with HR, people performance management and development. I think that's the short story.
I see. Wow. I know there are lots of Korean Danish adoptees, and even including the Scandinavian peninsula, the countries in there. Now, please shout out to those friends, families, and also adoptees out there in Danish, if you can, please.
Thanks a lot. Kære venner, en kæmpe hilsen. Kære familie, kære venner, kære koreanske adopterede i Danmark, Norge, Sverige. En kæmpe hilsen fra mig.
Now, before we get to your story, we talked about the Korean adoptees in the Scandinavian peninsula. How many are there, and what are the activities? I know you organize the group of adoptees and then frequently do the activities together. Tell us more about it, please.
I think in Scandinavia, the total is around 45,000 Korean adoptees.
Did you say 45,000?
Yeah.
40, not 4,500, it's 45,000.
Yeah.
Sorry, I stopped you. Go ahead.
That's okay. And as I said, we are distributed in Denmark, Norway, and also Sweden. In Denmark, we are around 9K Korean adoptees, and we have this association we call the Korea-klubben, which is a club for Korean adoptees in Denmark.
I see. I know, I'm not sure I have the firm number of the population of Denmark, but 9,000, I know that Denmark is not a big country. 9,000 is a big number right there, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think there's about 5.5 million.
500,000, I see.
Yeah.
Now, I know, and you know, you were lost in the streets in Busan, am I right?
Yeah.
And you picked up by the police there, and you actually transferred to the orphanage in Seoul. I know you have some documents there. Would you please describe the process that beginning your lost and missing child to all the way to Scandinavian Peninsula, please?
So my story, my process, I think as I said, I was born around 1972, and in 1974 I was picked up by the police in the streets of Busan. And then I was handed over to the Nam Quang children's home in Busan, where I was for around, I think, 3 or 4 months. And after that, they handed me over to Korean Social Services in Seoul. and then the 1st of September 1974, I landed in Denmark.
I carefully went through your document. It doesn't look like the Josonguk is named. You are named by your birth families. I think it was named by the officers in Namgang, right? Why was it? I know you were 2, around 1.5. I can believe that you probably, hopefully remember your own name. Why the sudden change and a new name there?
I think that is very common for children entering Nam Quang, is to get a new identity. I've heard that before from other adoptees, getting a new name and also getting a new birth date. So everything we have in our papers is something that is constructed by either Nam Quang, children's home in Busan, or Korean Social Services in Seoul.
I see. We'll go to that part about the police and agencies later. But I have several pictures that we want to show to our viewers. This look like the first passport that you have, or the description of a bearer document, right? So this is the first and the foremost picture that taken by somebody of you.
Yeah. I think that's probably when I entered Nam Quang. I guess so. If I look at my haircut, when I arrived in Denmark, it was very short. I think this is probably a picture where, back in Busan.
So this is also Busan, I believe, taken by the police or Namgang.
Yeah.
Of you right there.
Yes.
Most likely 1.5 or 2.5.
Yeah, half, I would say.
I see. And then obviously you flew all over to Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Is this the airport, I believe?
Yes, that's the airport in Copenhagen. I was picked up by my Danish adoptive parents. My father is on the picture. You could also see my hair is very short at that picture. So I think that was a part of making me ready to be adopted.
I see. Also, the picture that might have taken at your home on a sofa.
Yeah.
Adoptive mom, I guess.
Yeah, that's my mom at your left hand, and my big sister at your right hand.
They look like a really lovely families right there. Yeah. And you're in a tux, somebody's wedding, I believe?
No, that's actually when I was baptized in Denmark. So I was giving my Danish name, which you mentioned at the beginning of this interview, Lemmy Kok Lyngholm Jensen.
I see.
Yeah.
I have some other pictures with the family members, maybe a couple of days or months after you arrived there.
That's actually also from the airport when I arrived. Yeah.
And teenagers, I believe?
Yeah, pre-teen. Yeah, I think it's around 11 or 12 or something like that, doing homework. Back when there was typewriters, before the computer.
I didn't know you served in the military.
Yes, I served in the infantry also. Yes, in Denmark.
I see. Is that a mandatory draft or?
Yeah, sort of. No, it's not the same as in Korea. You pick a number, and if you're lucky, you go to the military.
I see. And also your family picture now. This is beautiful.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That's from my wedding with my new wife and all of our kids. So that was a wonderful day.
Okay. Now I want to briefly mention about your adoptive family and adoptive mom and dad. Could you kind of explain or describe your growing up in the peninsula there?
Yeah, I had a very safe and good childhood in Denmark. My parents had a grocery shop. So it was a good childhood. I grew up in a primarily white neighborhood. So, in the beginning of my life, everything was about, being integrated and feeling Danish, I think was very important. And I think it was very late, or at least I was old before I started searching for my, Korean identity and also my Korean parents.
Some of the Korean adoptees here in the United States, they went through lots of discrimination and struggles, and even with their own adoptive family. What was your case? Was it always smooth as you expected?
I think it was rather smooth compared to the things I've heard about American adoptees and also adoptees in other countries. So it was very smooth. There was, some kind of racism. I would rather call it ignorance, and unfortunately the world has changed. So, diversity has become the new normal also in Denmark.
Sorry to hear that, Lemmy. Now, we have a group of high school students organized this Youth LFM group. They came up with a nice little speech and video and drawing for you. Are you ready to watch this?
Yes, thank you.
Let's watch this.
Yeah.
Hi Lemmy, my name is Gina and I am an upcoming senior in high school, and I am part of this Youth LFM video project. Through this opportunity, I wanted to show you my support in any way, and I'm hoping that this video finds you well. First, I wanted to talk about your adoption story. After reading it, I was genuinely moved and inspired by how much you've gone through and how far you have come. I saw that you have children, and I just find that so incredible. I just would like you to know that I think you're so strong and that you must have gone through a lot of things emotionally and physically, and I just wanted to thank you and show my appreciation for your hard work and for also sharing this story. I never read anything like this before, and I really learned a lot from it. I'm definitely going to share your story and also be praying for you. So this is a quick sketch I did of a dove, and I decided to draw a dove because they symbolize hope. And this may not be the best, but I hope that this video acts as some sort of message for you to be hopeful as much as you can. I hope you stay strong and healthy during these hard times. And yeah, thank you for watching this. I really appreciate it. I hope you really feel the support and the love. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Wow, such a nice, hopeful drawing right there. That's Gina Choi from Cypress, California. You want to briefly mention or say thank you to her, please?
Yes, thanks a lot. Really touched my heart. I'm so happy to be acknowledged and recognized by you, and thanks a lot.
Great. Thank you, Gina, again. Now, back to our conversation. I know you traveled back to Korea, Seoul, Busan. I know you went to KSS, other agencies, and I know you dropped by a police station to make sure that you have something left there. Tell us about your travel back to Korea. When was it? Like couple decades ago? How did it go? Did you get any trace of what you have been there?
No, not so much. I was in a dialogue with KSS before I traveled, and that was in 2015. I went back to Korea, and I had an agreement with KSS to visit them and also to have a look into my papers and see if we could find some information about my background and also my biological parents. So I think it's in April 2015 I traveled back to Korea, to Seoul. I would say it was a great trip in many ways. Unfortunately, there wasn't so much new information other than the information that I was handed in to Nam Quang Children's Home by the police, which was new information to me. But nothing new came up regarding my history. So it was kind of like a dead end to me. I met a lot of great people. I also, did some DNA tests also at the police station of Seoul. That was quite an experience. but no useful information in the search for my parents.
You didn't get anything out of DNA tests with the police department? Nothing so far?
No, I had a great experience. I drove in a Korean police car. I was, nearly making friends with some police officers, but besides that, I didn't get anything out of it.
I see.
Unfortunately.
Now, I'm going to get into this important and critical question that you mentioned that there was a foul play by the Korean police and also between these adoption agencies. Now, you mentioned that the Korean police was bribed for them to transfer you to orphanage or even the adoption agency. Is it true? Is it real fact that you firmly believe that actually happened?
I haven't been able to confirm it, but I've talked to several people in Korea working with the adoption and also adoption history, looking at the society and in Korea back in the 60s and the 70s. And they say it's very likely that the police at that point was part of the ecosystem regarding adoption, because there was a lot of money running through the adoption system from both from the United States, but also from Scandinavia and Europe, where parents were adopting Korean infants. So there was a lot of money, as I said. I think it's very natural that if you're a poor country and the situation is very chaotic, you do whatever you can to survive.
That's not right.
It's not.
That's not right, right?
No.
Now, what was your reaction to the fact? Did you claim this fact or the highly likely fact to anybody? Did you think of bringing it to the court? What was your reaction and the reaction you've been thinking to take?
To begin with, I was shocked, because if I look at the situation in Denmark or maybe also in the States back in the 70s, is that if you found a child in the streets, you would go to the police station and you would try to find this child's parents. That's a very natural thing to do, and we have processes for that because children belong together with their parents, right? So I was kind of shocked to find out that that process wasn't in place, or at least it wasn't an action that they chose. They chose to go to the children's home and probably get some some money in their hands for delivering a kid. So I was shocked. I was also sorry about it, but at the same time, I kind of I understand why. So it's not like I don't understand the reason why they did it.
No, I mean, excuse my French, but that's not right.
No. But if you look, I don't know if you looked into the history of Korea, but if you look into the 60s and the 70s in Korea, and you see some of the movies kind of like describing the situation, there wasn't much structure, I think. And they were still building up the country after the Korean War. So I think it's natural that you make a living out of any given situation, right?
No, I understand. You're telling me that there's the ecosystem of how things work with this adoption there back in the days. I know, I can feel it. But let's say you were just lost out on the street and somebody picked up for any kind of the purpose of intention to pretty much sell you out. Yeah. Again, excuse my French, but that's not right. What is going on? Come on.
But it's very likely that was the case at that point. I've heard that from others also, that you weren't really sure if this if this kid was really alone, or they were just picked up in the street at the wrong point and time.
I don't know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah. Me too. So, but that that means that there ain't there's no information, existing around my history before that, that point in time where I was handed in at Nam Quang. So as I said before, it's a dead end, because where do I come from? What's my real name? What's my real birth date? We don't know.
Okay, so one thing for sure is it is highly likely that Nam Quang gave money to the police,
Yeah.
or the vice versa, or the police gave the money to Nam Quang.
No, I think Nam Quang gave some pocket money to the police officers handing in kids, and then when Nam Quang would transfer children from Nam Quang to e.g. KSS, then KSS would hand over money to Nam Quang.
I see.
So, and then the Danish adoption agencies would hand over, money to KSS when a child was being adopted. I remember from my childhood, my father said, my adoptive father said that, I had the same cost of an expensive car in Denmark. So, that was quite a lot of money back in '74. I think at that point, I think in total, I don't know, it's about 50,000 Danish kroners. That's, how much is that today? I don't know, 8,000 US dollars or something like that.
Back in '72.
Yeah, 74, yeah.
That would be something like, I don't know, some $300,000 or somewhere now.
Yeah. It was a lot of money.
I see. I don't know what to say. Okay, so hopefully by recording this video and exposing this video to somewhere in Seoul or in Korean Peninsula, let's say your birth families or birth mom or even dad, say they watch this video, I want you to say something to them. Are you ready?
I want to say hi to you, and I hope that we get the chance to meet before it's too late. I'm nearly 50 now, so I guess you must be around, 70, maybe 75. So, the clock is ticking, and I think if we are to meet in real life, then it has to be now, or at least within the nearest future.
Yep, I hope that'll happen before it's too late, like you said.
Yeah.
It takes a long period of time, and it takes a lot to find your birth family. Do you have any plans to find your birth mom and dad?
No concrete, tangible plans. I think my next step is to go to Busan. I think maybe in 2023, take my family to Korea again and go to Busan and see if I can, find any small piece of information that can help me move forward. Otherwise, than that, I just have to pray for luck or for somebody to see this.
I see. We hope for the best, and on behalf of the Korean community here in the United States, we will keep our fingers crossed for you, and we will keep in touch, Lemmy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
오늘 룩킹포맘은 덴마크의 코펜하겐에 거주하고 있는 조성국 씨와 얘기 나눴습니다. 경찰이 뇌물을 받았을 수도 있다는 내용을 듣고 정말 해야 될 이야기들이 지금 많습니다만 말이 막혀서 뭐라고 이야기해야 될지 모르겠습니다. 여러분은 어떻게 생각하십니까? 뭔가 할 수 있는 것이 없다면 차라리 그 사실을 알지 말았어야 했다라는 비겁한 변명도 잠깐 생각이 들었습니다. 죄송합니다. 판단은 여러분의 몫입니다. 뭔가 할 수 있을지 없을지는 여러분과 제가 또 두고 봐야 되겠죠. 다만 룩킹포맘은 저희 제작진은 우리 성국 씨에게도 부디 한국의 엄마와 아빠, 어머니와 아버지를 만날 수 있는 기회가 반드시 찾아오길 간절히 두 손 모아 기도하겠습니다. 룩킹포맘 영상은 광고 수익을 내지 않습니다. 입양인들이 부모를 만나는 것이 저희들의 참된 수익이기 때문입니다. 룩킹포맘은 경동나비의 미국 법인이 후원해 주셨습니다. 감사합니다. 최인성이었습니다. 다음 영상에서 여러분들 다시 만나 뵙겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Hello everyone, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Yoonhee and I am the president of National Center for the Rights of the Child, also known as the NCRC. The NCRC is the one and only government institute in Korea responsible for developing and implementing child policies and child welfare related projects. Well, every year we handle about 2,000 requests from adoptees to find their birth families and support them with our post-adoption services. Well, we are working diligently and we are here to listen to you and to help you navigate the search process in any way we can. We are working to enhance the adoption information disclosure system as well as the laws and system in Korea so that adoptees wishing to reunite with their birth families can access necessary information with ease. We will also expand the DNA test program to help more adoptees with little records about their birth parents successfully reconnect with their birth families. We are always here to help you find your family. We want your search to be successful. We are working closely with the government and the other agencies and are supporting network building for the adoptee communities. The NCRC and Korean government will continue to listen to you and aid your journey to reconnect with your birth family. Thank you. 감사합니다.